Wanna see more shotguns?
Alien Isolation. Model looks really nice and fits the lo-fi sci-fi setting really well, a very unique look with lots of interesting shapes about it. Animation is pretty standard with an inorganic motion and also slow pace due to the nature of this tense horror game. It would have been nice to see human interaction with the gun, maybe some parts that needed tweaking after a few shots. Everything else in this game is falling apart and it would have been cool to see the shotgun be less than perfect in its operation. Impacts on enemies are where we need to temper our expectations. This game looks sublime, but it's a very basic shooter. Your human foes take hits with a little stagger, but the criminal sin of allowing them to return fire before your second shot is evident here.
Hey, over there!
I'm very happy they don't just shoot on sight, however, and actually shout at you to back off first. Very impressed with that, and many more FPS games should do this, both to give their enemies more character and just plain old common sense, rather than insta-shoot robotic drones. Deaths are just limp ragdolls, unfortunately, once again. The androids are Terminator affairs, taking damage with minimal fuss until they flop drop to the floor. The white gushing liquid is a nice touch. As for the alien itself, well, disappointingly, your shotgun is basically a paintball gun, so you can give the nasty fella a new paint job, but you're dead if you try to kill it. I stuck 7 rounds into this one to no avail. We just get one standard projectile, which is a shame. I was hoping for some EMP or flame rounds at the least, considering half your enemies are androids and the star of the show isn't keen on heat. Finally, it all sounds very nice. I can't really fault it for what it does. Gives me that satisfying punch I'm looking for. Solarix. Oh boy, did I enjoy not having to play this game again. Here's the shotgun about 3 hours in. The devs love System Shock too, so much so they made a shotgun that's almost as bad as that one. It looks the part at least, and the reload animation is okay, I'll give them credit for that, but everything else is way below par. As for the impact on enemies, it's the most broken, non-existent you can find in a modern game. There's no animation, they just ragdoll to the floor in comical fashion when the HP hits 0. Give this a miss. Wolfenstein, the Old Blood. This is a very nice semi-auto shotgun that looks a bit more janky and unrefined, but gives you satisfying blasting action. All the positive aspects of the world-class enemy impacts and reactions are back again from the previous Wolfenstein, just now we have some zombies thrown in to make a little bit more mess. Animation and projectiles again feel great, environments get chewed up in the mayhem too, but the only backward steps are in the shot sound design and the more cluttered weapon model. It's just not quite as neat as its New Order counterpart, which is no shame as they really nailed it with that one, so something different was at least an attempt to make it feel fresh. We also lose the alternate fire mode too, which is a shame. It would have been nice to have something else to mix up the action. So it's still a very good semi-auto shotgun, but a step backwards from the previous incarnation. In the previous Wolfenstein, each shot from the double-barrel shotgun was near identical in its impact to the regular auto shotgun. Now, we have some differentiation, and in some style too. Watch as BJ saws off the end, making this a proper close-range weapon to complement the increased range on offer by the shockhammer. So that's a good move. As I've said before, if you have 2 shotguns in a game, one better do something dramatically different to the other. They also gave the shot sound effects a bit more gravitas, which was a criticism on the previous game for sounding underwhelming. So, increased spread and better boom coupled with the same great modelling work and animation. We also have zombie Nazis thrown in, and this weapon suddenly becomes an absolute favourite. Levels are well designed for this gun also, with tight corridors offering flanking options, real close and personal like. I just wish there was an alt-fire mode to shoot off both barrels at once for that extra thrill and tactical play, but at least it's true semi-auto firing, which feels great. As such, it's a near perfect double-barrel shotgun and a well-deserved 9 out of 10. Warhammer End Times Vermintide. More of a backup singer than the lead vocalist, this Blunderbuss is alright, has a nice impact to it with its big sound effects and impact on the Skaven. The model is a bit vanilla and the animation wouldn't look out of place in GoldenEye.
Gods know what there.
It's too slow at firing to be really impressive, but it is, like I introduced, a good backup weapon with some bite.
Shield.
See that? I had to play 10 hours to get my first Grudge-Raker. Normally that would be a chore, you know, if that was how much time I had to put into every game to get the shotgun. Halo. But luckily, I enjoyed every minute of this game. It's an absolute smash. This shotgun feels great to use, and the blend of staggering animations and death dolls for these vermin scum works beautifully.
The Raki have made a mess here, Dory.
Used in tandem with a big hammer, it's great fun. The posing of this gun on screen is wrong, and that reload animation suggests this thing fires on air. It's not too much of a distraction when you have 50 ratmen swarming in front of you. It's breathtaking stuff at times, and this shotgun here is a worthy companion. Each shot and kill feels satisfying, with excellent audio and visual feedback, crunching some rat skulls. Ah, it's fantasy at its best.
Pack it to pieces! You in my regiment.
I'm not even a Warhammer fan, but I feel like I've been missing out now.
I'm throwing a bomb!
Armoured enemies require precise headshots, which is a very nice dynamic amongst the numerous vermin chaos. The shot sound is great too, with a good rate of fire for the occasion. The only improvements would be to add some alt-fire mode and, as mentioned, they need to do a proper reload animation, with ammo this time.
One less poison, Raki!
Overall, it's excellent fun to use and I highly recommend you give this one a go.
Sing out!
Please consider supporting on Patreon. I love it.